EV owners are ditching their electric cars and going back to gas guzzlers. With costs spiraling, safety worries, and range anxiety, the EV dream is turning into a nightmare. I'll share the most shocking problems causing the EV exodus and why over 50% of owners don't want their next car to be electric. Stick around for the surprising truth about EV economics that car companies don't want you to know. An influx of EV owners is crashing into reality, sabotaging their electric hopes quicker than the speed at which a Tesla loses its range in cold temperatures. It's true that the EV rebellion is brewing, and the cries of gas-guzzling freedom are echoing through charging stations. Shocking, right? What's the reason for the exodus and the reasons EV owners requesting their automobiles back? EV enthusiasts are currently raising alarms about a peculiar issue that has been surfacing within the EV community. Contrary to what many people believe, this isn't about how great EVs can be for Earth or how efficient they are, but increasing numbers of EV customers are switching back to traditional combustion engines. Another surprise is that politicians are trying to conceal this information. Finding the major issues with EVs allows us to recognize other concerns apart from the financial issue. In addition to the cost of repairs expensive, there are also potential safety risks. When EVs first gained popularity, the world was rushing to acquire the latest technology. Politicians advocated for the development of more EVs since everyone wanted to be part of the electric car revolution. Today, after around 3 years, the reality is kicking in as the batteries of EVs wear out and drivers add more miles to their futuristic vehicles. Unexpected problems are surfacing. Now that the situation is dire enough, people aren't thinking about solutions. They're changing their old EVs to hybrid cars. The EV community is shaken by this sudden shift in taste. It's therefore essential to understand the reasons. It's not only about how cool the latest technology is, but also addresses the safety and practical issues that have arisen as EVs become more commonplace. Due to the serious negative effects, those who own or are contemplating purchasing an electric vehicle should be aware of the dark side of the story. Before diving into the details of the recent events, we'll take a look at actual cases that highlight the difficulties faced by electric vehicle owners. A striking example is Scott McFan, a man who was involved in an accident of a minor nature and his Rivian resulted in a scratch. Typically, the repair of a dent would be simple, but the repair process for McFan's electric vehicle was not quick nor cost-effective. McFan was forced to part with his car for 2 months and was then handed an unimaginable repair cost of $22,000. This case illustrates a widespread problem with electric vehicles. Many repair shops do not have the tools and experience to handle advanced technology, resulting in high repair costs and higher insurance rates. Another notable incident is a California man who told his terrorizing experience with the range of his electric vehicle during cold temperatures. He saw a dramatic reduction of more than 30% in the range of his electric vehicle within 5 minutes after driving. The unsettling incident occurred as he was on his way to the hospital, with a child in his back seat as a result of an emergency. This isn't an isolated event. Similar situations happen every day, which highlights the vulnerability of EVs to weather-related issues and the consequent impacts on their performance. Apart from the advantages consumers expect from electric cars, these real-world examples demonstrate how complicated and difficult issues can become for EV owners. These incidents highlight the complexity of the daily use of electric vehicles, with issues like massive repair expenses and unexpectedly short ranges. Understanding these issues is essential for anyone considering switching to electric vehicles so that they can make informed choices about how to use this new technology in their everyday lives. Living in areas with severe weather or cyclones could be a challenge for EV owners. Imagine a scenario where the power is off or you're unable to charge your car in an emergency. This makes you wonder whether we're ready for the departure of our gas-powered vehicles of the past. A recent study conducted by S&P Global found that more than half of those who own electric vehicles are thinking about returning to gas-powered cars for their next trip. This is more than 50%. It's as if you buy an expensive phone, only to return to a flip phone. It's not only due to emergencies or weather. When you take a look at the data, it's fascinating. If a family owns an electric vehicle, it's a slim 50% chance that they'll buy another one in the future. And you know what? 3 of the 5 owners of an electric vehicle, with the exception of Tesla owners, do not want another one. This is more surprising because car manufacturers invest a lot of money in making electric vehicles. They want people to continue buying electric cars and not go back to gas-powered cars. It's as if they're creating the best new phone and do not want people to go back to the old-fashioned flip phones. This is a difficult situation for the electric car industry and shows that there are real concerns and doubts people face, particularly when it comes to whether extremes or emergencies. The state of electric cars is disturbing. At Porsche, less than 37% of owners are considering another electric vehicle, while just 45.9% of them considering another electric vehicle. BMW has seen a drop, dropping from 46.6% 3 years ago. According to Consumer Reports, EVs are confronting more issues than traditional gas-powered vehicles, around 80% more issues. The main concerns are the battery and charging systems, as well as the design and fit of the body panels, as well as interior components. These are all growing problems for the electric car business. They're still trying to figure out how to create these cars without a lot of issues. However, people are experiencing a pinch. They are concerned over whether EVs are reliable, in addition to the higher cost as well as the shortage of charging stations, as well as the time it will take to charge these devices. And you know what? Plug-in hybrids, which combine gas and electric power, face more problems than fully electric vehicles. It's similar to trying to move with just one hand on your back. Positively, the traditional hybrids that use gas have been in use for some time and are becoming more reliable. The average consumer gets more satisfaction from buying a hybrid for $25,000 than investing in a $60,000 to $80,000 electric vehicle. I'll tell you a tale about Michael K. from New York. He purchased the brand new 2023 Chevy Bolt electric SUV, believing it'd be fun and could save the cost of gas. But you'll be shocked by what happened. On a cold day, his car didn't change gears. The driver had to play the game of on and off for about 10 to 12 times before it finally cooperated. It's not only Michael, other electric cars have also had plenty of issues. Hyundai's Ioniq 5 EV had trouble with its battery and charging because of a computer glitch. Rivian, a new player in the electric vehicle market, had a difficult time getting its body panels on order and dealt with broken components inside the vehicle. Let's talk about the reasons why purchasing an electric vehicle might not be the right choice for everyone. The home charging system can cause pain. Imagine buying an electric vehicle and imagining never having to visit an oil station again. Sounds fantastic, right? But here's the thing, the charging at home isn't as simple as they claim. Many homes, particularly in California, do not have the proper setup for charging level 2, which is required to ensure the perfect nighttime tank refill. If you reside in an apartment, have no trouble finding a location that has an outlet for charging. It's like finding a needle in a pile of haystacks. There aren't all the time public charging stations that are an easy task also. They're often out of service and 4 out of 10 don't work. There's also the energy crisis issue. We all believe that EVs are meant to save energy. However, here's a surprise. They consume more power at home than was expected. We thought they'd use about 2.9 kilowatts per day, but you'll be surprised to learn that it's closer to 7.2 to 8 kilowatts, which is more than double your regular electric bill. If you're thinking, hey, at least it's cheaper than my gas car, you might want to reconsider. To reduce the $20,000 to $30,000 cost you pay for an electric vehicle over a hybrid, you'll need to take it on an impressive 60,000 miles before you begin saving money. That's an awful lot of miles. The next thing is range anxiety, which we discussed earlier. It's that worry of your electric vehicle running out of fuel before reaching your destination. It's not fun, is it? The most shocking aspect is the weight of these EVs. Consider, for instance, the GMC EV Hummer, a gigantic vehicle with wheels that weighs 9,900 pounds. It's like 3 Honda Civics put together on the scale. What's the reason it's so heavy? It's because of the batteries. In order to power EVs for longer distances, you require substantial battery power. Batteries are, as you can imagine, heavy. Why is this an issue? Apart from affecting driving performance, a study showed that being hit by a vehicle 1,000 pounds heavier than yours can increase your chance of not being able to survive by 47%. This is a serious risk when you have these massive EVs on the road. The risk is even more severe, particularly for lighter, smaller vehicles. So those are the surprising facts about the real issues facing electric vehicles that the industry doesn't want you to know about. What do you think? Should automakers be more transparent about the shortcomings of EVs? Or do you think drivers just have unrealistic expectations? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.